gotten to Mombasa, and this is Mombasa terminal.
Today,
Yes.
the Kenya Diary focus on one of their tourist sites, and then the place they name after Kwame Nkrumah, the first president of the Republic of Ghana. For Jesus is built by Portuguese, so we visited to have some interaction with the tour guide. That is how
You can see
it
I
went.
have a brother here with me. They call this place Nkrumah Street. Kwame Nkrumah Street. Back home in Ghana, we know Kwame Nkrumah, our first former president. I just want to ask him a few questions about this park. Say your name.
Hello sir, how are you?
I'm fine. Your name,
My
can
name
you
is
tell?
Mr. Muta. Kennedy Muta.
Kennedy Muta. What is so unique about this? I like this park is Kwame Nkrumah. Why did they name this place Kwame Nkrumah Park or Street?
Kwame Nkrumah was one of the Charles Square was named after Nkrumah. We have other leaders who have been named roads everywhere, but Nkrumah was chosen specifically because this was a very important economic street for Mombasa.
Okay, so
Exactly, because Kwame Nkrumah for us epitomizes the new Africa, which was supposed to be coming out of independence and being economically independent. So when this economic street started, there was no other name which is African apart from Kwame Nkrumah.
and let's from here we are going to the fort. What fort are we going?
We are going to Fort Jesus. Fort Jesus is one of the forts that were built by the Portuguese. When Vasco da Gama was sailing from the Cape of Good Hope on his way to India, one of the places that he lived and stayed was here in Mombasa.
Okay.
And because there were a lot of invasions from the Persians and the Arabs, they built a fort to ensure that the Portuguese are not interfered with.
Okay, so viewers, kindly follow us. We are going to look at and have a sightseeing within the fort. We'll bring you more updates as time goes on, because I said we want to explore Kenyan transportation, Kenya tourism, the Kenya politics. We'll bring you more updates. This is Kwame Nkrumah Street.
Yes. Fort was designed like a cross, right?
Sometimes you look at
No matter how much those enemies could try to attack them, the cannonballs will not penetrate through the wall. They get their food, they used to dine there. Yeah. Oh, the sun. No fine food.
Still at the port, and this port was built by the Portuguese. Okay, Portuguese, and the Portuguese went back. They came back. They also conquered the Arab. Later on, the Arab have to just get the British to come and support them. Later, the British also took over. Once they took over, they used this place as a slave trade. So when this place became a slave trade, there are two gates that they normally use. This is the second one, the passage. And once you see this one, you see the down there. When you go down there as a slave, you don't come back, no return. You just go. The ship, the boat will take you to the foreign land. We'll continue to go and then look at other places, other tourist places within the fort.
Now this is the head. It was the captain's house. We will walk through the head to the left arm. There was kitchen for the Portuguese captains. There was office and bedroom. Roofing was done using the coconut palm leaves. That's why right now it has been left open. Yeah. And these cannons, you can see there are some cannons. Also, we have some cannons there at the stomach. They are coming from out. Going this way.
Like I said, we have our tour guide here, Mr. Eric. Mr. Eric, you've taken us through some of the gates of no return, and you show us some of the things that happened during the slave trade and
The entire fort?
the entire
The
fort.
entire fort is 2.5 acres of land.
2.5 acres of land. So, when did the Arab took over this place?
Remember, the fort first was built by who? The Portuguese.
Okay.
That was in 1593, and they were able to control it for a period of 105 years.
105 years.
Yeah, that was from 1593 to 1698. And then later, now in 1698, that's when the fort was taken over by the Arabs. It in 1698 to 1895, when the British took it over, and it was declared as the British East Africa Protectorate, and also the first prison in the country.
And you said this is a kitchen.
Yeah.
They used to use this place as a kitchen because of the war that was going on. Now, finally, when did Kenya took over this place, and when did the end of the slave trade and then war cease?
Remember, during the time of the Portuguese, that's when it was used as a kitchen. When the British took over and used this fort as a prison, this place was used as women's prison. And then now when 1960, this fort was declared by the colonial government as a historical site. It was now handed over to the government. And the place we are right now, this is one of the most visited touristic destinations in the country. Even in our schools, from secondary level, universities, for those who are doing history, you find this is part of what topic, some of the topics we learn.
Okay.
Yeah, from the primary school we learn about the early visitors along the East African coast, and this is where you get to learn more about what happened from the early visitors who came until Kenya got independence. So
After the kitchen?
yeah, it became women prisons.
Prisons.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And now, since after Kenya got independence, in 1960, that's when it was declared as a historical site, and then it was handed over to the national government when Kenya got independence in 1963. And now, 2011, this place was declared, the entire fort was declared by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site.
Oh, okay.
And now, since UNESCO always have to give back to the community, you can see right now there are different things going on in this room. It is no longer a kitchen, so you find
And no
the
longer
UNESCO
a prison for
yeah,
women.
the UNESCO have to work hand in hand with the community, the Old Town people. That's why some people in different sections, you can see there is a lot of display, people displaying a lot, and most of the visitors visiting here, they get even a chance to buy some things in this gift shop. Currently, it is a gift shop.
So were they sitting on
You can
this one?
see, this is
As
not
a-
the place where they were seated. They were sitting. You can see the chimney.
Who used to sit it?
You can see the chimney. It was a kitchen during the time of the Portuguese. So you can see the chimney. The cooking pots were placed here, firewood. When the food was ready, it was placed here. And the soldiers used to line outside so they could get their share. Yeah, the entire room was a kitchen. Where the first church used to be.
That's where
They had to build a church. They were Roman Catholics. So apart from trade, they used to introduce Christianity anywhere they could go.
Because it says on the side.
So they built a church there, and then in 1698 when the Arabs came in, there was no need of a church. Fort Jesus.
Fort Jesus.
Fort Jesus.
Okay.
Why fort? It was a fortress, a military base.
Okay. So viewers, that is it. If you come to Kenya, definitely try and come to Mombasa, because that is where you have a lot of tourist attraction place. Mr. Eric, I've said this is a place that you can't miss. kindly visit Mombasa because they have a lot of the tourist attraction that you can't miss.
Many thanks goes to my tour guide, Sir Eric, for taking me through the Fort Jesus and show us a lot of history about Fort Jesus. Again, my thanks also goes to Mr. Kennedy, who took his time to explain the park named after Kwame Nkrumah, the first president of the Republic of Ghana. Stay tuned, a mini episode about Kenya Diary will come soon.